And this is kind of what I would tell Steve. It'd be, if you have something over here and, I still get to use it, I'm not an employee. You get me? It's like, which means you guys would have to be over here all the time, unless I'm the one basically carrying out whatever you want me to do, which might not sound like a big, huge thing, but...
Oh, it'd be Amber selling it. It's all her. She just asked me to design things, and she makes them. But she basically, what I would do is lay out like a bunch of them on the large thing. And so if we were doing dice towers, I'd lay out however many I could fit on the 30 by 30 for all the individual pieces and have it all cut at once. And then I could bring it home and glue them and put them together, and then we could have them put up for sale after that. So one of those things, like if I'm over there hanging out, that I could set it up and do that, or Amber could, and just go from there. But the other thing is wouldn't we have to have a computer hooked up to it with the program to actually even be able to do that?
Yeah, it's not an issue. It's not like I don't have several loose computers hanging around.
It's true. We don't have a laptop, so unless it runs on an iPad and there's a way to connect an iPad to it, we don't really have a way of doing that either. So there were several little things that we were thinking about and talking about for that. So I wouldn't necessarily, like I said, I wouldn't necessarily expect it to actually happen, but we were discussing it because it's something that her dad would probably use for his projects, and he does a lot.
Well, there's the rub right there. It's like, if you guys get it, not the rub like negative, but if you guys did get it, and Amber's dad had access to it, he might want it over closer to you guys over at his house.
Oh, he's got no room at his house. It's the kind of thing that once we get our land for our shed and building the house, we could put it in the shed and do it, but we just don't have access to that right now. But having access to the extra funds while, I'm still waiting for work to come back would be nice. So
yeah.
So then she can go and sell those things.
Just remember, I'm a half an hour away. That's an hour travel one way. If you guys actually need to do something with it, like on a daily basis, so...
Oh, I don't know that we'd be using it that often.
Yeah, and depending on how much power you guys would go through on that, maybe something may need to be additionally discussed.
I don't think that thing's going to use all that much power, but sure.
Well, I get you. No, it'll be brought up by my wife, I'm sure. The bigger thing on that would be, if we really did turn... Oh, my daughter. It's always creepy when you look at the monitor and you see your kid sitting up all of a sudden. Just quietly sitting up. It's always timed with when my wife gets up. How about that? Yeah, anyways, if we were going to do stuff like that, to actually make a proper use of that garage, I do have a trailer full of insulation right now.
What do you have? Oh, from insulating your garage?
For insulating my truck, not insulating. I didn't buy it. It came from Rebecca's that I guess they were going to throw it out. Some of it's like stuff that was left over from other projects. But
That's
it's not
fine.
uniform. It's like 4 different types of insulation.
Oh. Alrighty.
Yeah, so it's like, on the one would have been a really expensive insulation system. Like, specifically for hospitals.
Oh, completely lost track of everything. And then I died.
My wife just picked my daughter up. Let me go check on him. I'll be back.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay. slowed again. Come on, get moving. There we go. Alright.
Elizabeth, you must know why Clovis built the portal.
Obsession. The list is long. If you asked him, he would have told you he was saving humanity. Collecting the radiolarian fluid from the vents
Oh,
that came
not
through
paying
the
attention. Look at my watch.
I wanted it shut down. Clovis wouldn't have it. Once again, he came too
Deontay
close to the
Swift
sun, and once
officially
again,
out
the
because
rest
of a
us paid
concussion.
for it.
Good to know.
Bastard.
Or probably read that wrong. Oh, phone call. Sorry about that. Wife asking me questions. I have to check, see what she wants, or what she sent me to look at after I finish this run.
You lie.
I don't lie! Oh, I
Well,
guess that's
shit.
one way to kill the Overload, boss. I can't see anything. Run, run, run. Alright. He's gonna start this without us. Yep, I hate when they do that. But then he's out there by himself for however long because he wasn't patient for 2 seconds while the rest of us got up the ramp.
I
And
am
then
back.
we magically
Dave, are you
spawned
here?
into a battle. Oh, and that's not the weapon I want. Yes, he was here at least 30 seconds ago.
I am. I'm still sort of working on stuff, and push to talk and typing in code are not the best pairs, so. I may not get super quick responses, but I should be able to respond.
Okay.
So, Brandon was talking about possibly getting a CNC router and storing it over here.
Like a little one or a bigger one?
I think he's looking at the log mill, maybe something else.
The one that you showed us, the big one that you had shown us before.
CNC one?
Yeah.
I mean, I've got full control over that garage, so do what I want.
It's amazing how much variety there is in size of CNCs, because I have a little 18 by 30 centimeter one.
Yeah.
Now, with the garage, though, there's a couple of things to keep in mind. Because, like, right now, there's the resin printer. That's a little bit of money right there. I got some other equipment and tools that are a little bit of money. It's kind of, start getting enough equipment, security becomes an issue.
Yeah, I can.
I don't know. That and making sure there's actually enough power actually run out to the garage. Well, there are 110 lines that are run out. I don't know how much the amps are really covering as much as we would like. Like, I looked into like taking those two 110 lines running in and turning it into a 220. And unfortunately, what would happen with that is you would have exceptionally low amperage for what you would be wanting to do on a 220. It's like it wouldn't even power a welder at that point.
Well, we're not running all these things at the same time, I wouldn't presume. I'm not going to come over and run it while you've got other projects going on.
Well, no, here's kind of what I'm looking at overall as far as things go. If I was to actually turn the garage into a proper usable project space, like where basically you guys could come over and use it whenever. So a new door would need to be placed, bars on the windows would need to be placed, more, like simple security, not something elaborate. I do have that insulation, but it's, like I said, it's 4 different types of insulation, and it's probably not enough to cover the entire garage. It's like maybe enough to do like a 4th or a 5th of it.
Yeah.
You should look into getting a couple of Wise cams, and I think they actually have some cheap, like, door and window sensors and stuff you could throw out there as well.
Well, yeah. Well, I'd put, honestly, what I would do. Well, I don't know how this would work with like a CNC possibly running at weird hours in the time, but like a motion sensor or an actual person sensor.
So the Wise cameras can function basically as a motion sensor. They can detect motion. They're $35 a piece, and run off of USB, so they're not going to draw much power. You can actually get motion sensors that would pair with them, but they also have. Let me see if I can find it real quick, actually.
Yeah, but they have a limitation on, because they're Wi-Fi, that there's actually a certain range. I don't know.
You have a Wi-Fi signal up there.
Yeah, I do, but you got to remember, because you're running at least like a consistent, solid, like 3 megabytes upload.
Also, I was wrong. They're $20, not $35 anymore.
That's pretty cheap. That is super cheap.
Yeah, that's part of why I recommend. Like I was saying, they might be worth looking into because they're so cheap that even if they're only okay, they're still actually pretty good.
Yeah. Well, let me look at what I'm saying here. So, insulation, heating the garage, running more power out there, and possibly a network cable additional. And honestly, if I put all that much money into like making it really nice, I would want to not have a fucked up floor.
Fixing your floor is going to cost a lot.
$600 if I do it myself. I've looked into it, babe.
That would be cheaper than I've heard in the past. My parents looked into leveling. Well, I guess my parents' floor is way more fucked up than yours.
It's not unlevel, it's cracked.
Yeah, I was thinking because my parents looked into doing theirs. They were looking at something well in excess of $1,000, but their floor it's concrete, but it wasn't even level when it was poured. It's not like it's level where car tires sat. It like was just poured horribly wrong, and yeah.
Here, I'd actually show you something similar to probably what I'd be using here. Yeah, and by the way, I'm a huge fan of Menards. And I probably shouldn't put this in the gaming. Hold on, let me back that out. Alright, so workshop it is. Actually, that might do it. Also, the way to do that, I mean, it doesn't have to be level, it just has to not look like bubbly shit.
Yeah, that actually wouldn't be too bad at all.
So basically what you do first is you actually get the pressure washer, kind of clean out the cracks and stuff as well as you can, make sure it's fully dry. Basically there's a way of like putting more cement down. There's a special additive that you can actually add to concrete for just that. You then wet the concrete that you're going to add it to. The new concrete needs to be not soaking wet, but basically wet, where it's actually kind of in there. And then what you'll be able to manage is to get a 75% mechanical bond as strong as it would have been if it was initially poured. I think it's actually stronger than 75%. It was like 80 or something. But it's relatively strong repair. And then, it doesn't have to be 100% level to do the epoxy, but, when you get the rough surface or it just doesn't look good, that'll basically fix any of that.
Nice.
So, yeah, like I said, and that kit right there says it's like $100 for a 2.5 car garage. But what I've been looking at doing would be more like $600.
Still not too bad.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you wanted to make, if I wanted to make that garage like an actual workshop, I could easily end up dropping in like $3,000 into it before I'm done. The big thing though is if I redid the floors, all those metal cabinets, the gang boxes, all of that would have to be picked up and moved out somewhere else.
Yeah, that would definitely be a adventure.
Oh, you know that big metal box I have in the corner to the left of the front door? The big, huge one? I've got another one bigger than that, and then I've got also, another one that's on wheels. That's like a proper gang box. That's over at the farm. But I did bring that one over because, well, I was stupid and I got the key, the lock stuck, and then I tried to drill it out. And now I got the damn lock stuck in there where I can't get it out. So I would either have to keep drilling at it, that lock, until it gives up. You know, I mean, well, there's no other thing to do. I mean, I would literally have to keep drilling at that lock until it gives up to get the lock out. It's, you know, I've already spent like an hour drilling into that son of a bitch, and that lock is a huge pain in the ass. Because it's like you can't actually get to the lock really easy to drill into it because it's an actual normal padlock. But it's like, because the style of the gang box, it's like you can't get access to the sides or the actual shackle. You can only hit the bottom. So I'm trying to drill from the bottom up into like a heavy duty padlock.
Those are fun.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm not doing that right now. It's over at my mom's. I can't remember what I had locked in there either, which is the sad part. I might actually have some other tools in there that might be worth something. Oh well. I don't know. I mean, honestly, I want to do a bunch of stuff, but my energy and time to do stuff is not as plentiful as I wish.
Yeah, that happens to the best of us.
Like, honestly, I need to start working out again. It's like, I don't know if it's just the process of getting older and where my testosterone levels are going down, unless I'm, like, lifting weights every other day. But I need to get some exercise. It's like, when we were lifting weights, man,
Yeah.
huge improvement in the quality of life.
Yeah, I've been to the gym in a couple weeks. Mostly just because I had to be home and teaching the kids, so...
Like, straight up, Dave, I felt like at least an early 20-something-year-old.
So something totally new to you?
So, yeah, something I haven't felt for, like... I mean, it was a good year or two we were lifting, I mean, but, like, honestly, it's just... It's one of those things, you literally have to lift weights as you get older, unless you want to prematurely age.
Well, I figure I'm already basically 80, so...
Yeah. Hey Dave, you know, if you get shredded, yeah, you're gonna have the ladies all over you again, huh?
There you go. All I need to do.
And you'll actually be strong enough to fend them off like Noah.
This is true.
Only Noah fends off ladies. Of course, if he didn't fend them off, I don't know if he'd know what to do with them.
I'm sure he's seen enough porn. I'm sure he'd figure it out.
I'm sure he could at least disappoint them greatly.
Can't we all? Well, I can't, but you know.
Not sure that the rest of us are going to believe you on that one. You'll have to demonstrate on Steve.
Ew, no.
Wait, what? I wasn't fully paying attention, and I don't know if I want to.
You probably don't want to.
I don't want to either. I heard it, and I'm like, oh, no, thank you.
Oh, I have a stupid sauna idea.
Stupid sauna?
Well, yeah.
So like you sit in a room with a bunch of stupid people and it makes you sweat because you realize, holy crap, people are this dumb.
Are you kidding? That's another thing, man. You can eat all the salt you want if you go in a sauna a couple times a week. It really does make up for a lot of unhealthy living. Saunas. Hey, if I get one of these, 18,000 BTUs, cheapest at Menards, but then it's also like trying to show their million rebate, like $13, which, you know, nobody ever actually does.
Oh, Amber does it. There's a mail-in
Does she?
rebate. You better believe she's turned that in.
I mean, that big body, 18,000 BTUs, that's substantial. Talking about getting that.
You should get one.
Well, I will. I don't have money right now, though. I don't know if you guys realize just how much I pay in medical bills at this time. Still paying off the baby, man, from the delivery.
I see. You still don't have Venmo or anything, do you?
No, I use why Venmo? Why are you asking about Venmo? I use the Cash App if I have to deal with coworkers.
Is that an actual thing?
Cash
Yes.
App, yeah.
Oh, holy shit.
Like Joe Rogan's cat is who I heard advertising it first, but that's what they use.
Huh. So I was going to say, we might be able to convince people to kick in a few bucks to help get one of those to keep the garage warm for game nights.
Oh, that well on that it's like $100. I mean, I'm not too worried about it. It's because like let's look at it this way. I get paid every 2 weeks, so like I get paid on Black Friday, and basically it's going to be Black Friday. Are we going to want to be doing D&D on Black Friday?
I have no idea. I'm not doing anything.
I mean, I'm not currently set up to do anything either.
Oh.
Now, here's another thing that's always an option, is, you know, possibly trying to actually play D&D online for the first time. Or at least for us. I know you said you've played it online by yourself. Or, not by yourself, but with another group before. And it worked out decently, I think.
Yeah.
Might be easier to wrangle the cats in if, you know, like, hey, we're talking about something that's not blah blah blah. Mute.
Maybe?
The Vex are down for the count.
I do not know.
Bastards. Until next time.
Yay, bunch of junk again. Money that I need. Excellent.